Moving to the field drills here. Charles Davis, Daniel Jeremiah, getting to watch some of the wide receiver-focused position drills, and they'll have the quarterbacks throwing to them as well. But just kind of, we see some of this, you know, if you think back early on, DJ in the combine, right? These are just kind of the beginning of the drills for the receivers, work through that before they start catching the balls from the quarterbacks running routes.
Yeah, I just want to see them track it over the shoulder. It's, you know, kind of date ourselves here, but the Willie Mays catches here. He runs straight down the line, track this ball right over the top. And it's interesting because we don't have a lot of quarterbacks here, CD. We've got some other guys mixing the line, so these guys don't have to exhaust themselves throwing the ball.
Yeah, and the other part about it, help me out with this, DJ, as we watch them go through it. Most time you see this, we call it pat and go, right?
Yeah.
Just running straight down the line, and you talked about them tracking the ball. But here we have a hesitation move at the cone. Is this for scouts to see a little stop and start, a little body control?
Yeah, again, you just get stopped and then get re-going a little bit, and just, you know, the one thing that's a little bit unrealistic about this, if you're thinking about it, when you're looking at it, the quarterback is on the same line as you are. Right. So it's not the quarterback's in the dead middle of the field and you're tracking it over your shoulder on the outside the numbers. But it's, again, a chance almost to just see your concentration more than anything else, because that's about as difficult to catch as you're going to have to make.
How about Ken Griffey Jr.? Does that bring it closer to?
Yeah, that's still a little bit older. He's a photographer now. He's not necessarily known as the Hall of Famer.
Okay, so we got to get someone in today's game. Who's your Padres center fielder?
Jackson Merrill, 20 years old. Let's go.
Okay. 2 feet down. It's the big boy league now. Sideline tap-tap drill here. Good. Josh Williams, of course, part of that 49er scouting staff that struck gold out of the Big 12 at the quarterback spot just a couple of years ago with Brock Purdy.
Won't be long, they'll be talking about with that contract struck platinum.
Right. That's right.
When they got to pay him.
And Dimitri Stanley running a nice drill right there.
DJ,
out of Iowa State.
Sorry about that, Red. DJ, Josh Williams was talking about don't cut it short. Watch when they go to the second one. Don't kind of, you know, go around. He wants him to really explode out of it, correct?
Yeah, he wants you to get to the cone and through the cone, get your foot in the ground and burst out. He doesn't want you to ease your way right around the cone, doesn't want you to use a bunch of choppy steps. So being efficient with your footwork. And one of the things I like about this is not, you know, the drill. He was short on that one. This is not the, you know, something you see at the combine. And that's what pro days are. Pro days are a chance for coaches to bust out their individual drills to be able to evaluate what they want to see.
This is where we get drills named for different coaches who do it, is right?
Yes.
We always talk about the Deuce Staley drill, and for the running backs, and other ones have one's named for them. What's the one that Tim Crumry used to do it a lot?
Oh, he used to wear them out with replace your hands. You got to replace your hands until Pete Carroll shut that one down at SC. And
we were there that same day and saw that and said that's the end of that one. At least at USC with Pete.
That's good hands right there from Jalen Robinson. Xavier White, our fastest 40-yard dasher.
I thought he did that pretty well, DJ, going through it.
Smooth.
Juwan Forte. And Corey Gamage, his UCF teammate, on the way here again. Bigger body. Got to work on getting down and then getting out of those breaks.
You don't want to get stuck at the last cone. Good effort on the catch.
Good effort on that.
Laid out for it.
That's it.
You want to try and keep your hand off the ground here as well.
Good. Last one.
Baker right there.
Yeah. Yeah, the nice job at the combine in Indy.
He's one of those.
He's a vertical receiver.
Yeah. Is he one of those guys, DJ, you getting texts from different people?
Okay, Jane, checking back in here with the wide receivers. A little bit of almost like a double move here as they work to the post, fellas. Nice connection right there to D. Wiggins.
Nice ball. That was Bean launching that one out there.
Bean once again, this time throwing to Dimitri Stanley down the field.
He's throwing this from the other 45 CD. So ideally you want to put a bunch of air under this thing and let them catch this inside the 5-yard line.
Good.
Phillip Brooks.
And this is where it's really hard.
Just the timing.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with it. The timing for the quarterbacks. You're used to one thing, guys you work with all the time. How long will he take on the move before he gets going? All those things. So there's some guesswork in there, DJ, for a quarterback to try and figure out exactly how to sync up with a receiver in this drill. Looks easy, but it's really not.
And versus the combine, where at least most of the receivers are going to be in the same range of speed. Here at a pro day, where everybody gets their opportunity and their shot, you'll see pretty wide variance in terms of the guys in line.
Just watch how long some guys will hold the first move. Other guys quicker on the first move. You're never sure what you're getting. But that's a nice little launch there by Emory Jones. He's got some arm on him.
Emory has definitely put that one into the end zone on his 2 reps here. Back up to Jason Bean throwing it. Played a bunch this year for the injured Jalen Daniels there in Kansas.
That's what you're looking for, isn't
Nice
it, DJ?
Yeah, it was a nice ball. When you watch that Kansas tape, they have 2 quarterbacks out there in the field a bunch.
Yeah.
One handed to another one. He's going to throw it. He's going to run it. It was a creative offense. It was fun to watch.
Lance Leopold's done a heck of a job there, hadn't he?
Absolutely. Good adjustment by Warren Thompson right here. Nicely done.
Good body control. He played with a big old quarterback at Arkansas, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Mr. Jefferson.
Let's see if Plumlee can get some more air under this one, and he did.
Good ball. Jalen
Out
Robinson
there a
on the
little bit.
receiving end. Well traveled in his collegiate career. Played in 22 at Ole Miss, so he just missed Plumlee at like 2 different spots. UCF, Ole Miss, but connected with him
White
there.
can run. This
he can.
Xavier White got out there.
4.45, as we showed you earlier on that 40-yard dash, tops amongst all the wide receivers.
It's Forte. Couldn't quite get to that one.
Emory Jones back up here. Replaced at Florida by Anthony Richardson, transferred to Arizona State, spent a season there, and then finished up at Cincinnati, looking for a Corey Gamage.
This should look a little different here. Javon Baker is by far the most talented wide receiver working out today, and he's got another gear to go get it.
Good connection.
And Bean timed up perfectly with him on the timing, the throw, everything. All in sync on that one.
He's best in class. It's pretty startling when you watch them all out here together.
Devin Carter finishes up the post drill.
Good.
That was Josh Williams, national scout for the 49ers, explaining this part of the drill for the tight ends. Does kind of feel a little bit like a stick nod down in the red zone here, trying to get that big tight end, that big target to the back of the end zone.
What was it that tipped you off? Was it the graphic that says red zone stick nod on the screen in the right corner? Is that what got you? Yeah.
Let's face it, we all work at NFL Network. Every time you hear stick nod, do you not see mooch?
Oh, God.
Right?
Yeah,
Talk about my favorite route. Love it.
The whiteboard.
Coach Mariucci, draw them up, get them to the right guys.
Oh.
Is that Johnson
There you go,
again?
trying to get both down.
He's getting dirty today.
Hey,
like the effort.
And this is part of why they're here, right? To give everything they've got to attract the attention of these scouts in the league to get an opportunity. And Josiah Johnson trying to make the most of it.
Baylor Cup, boy, 6'6" and 3/8.
How does he
Big
go?
target
How
back there.
are we at the Big 12 Pro Day here, and Baylor is not go to Baylor, he goes to Texas Tech.
Hey, look, he had his choice of colleges. #1 high school recruit as a tight end.
He wanted to distinguish himself. He didn't want to get drawn. He didn't want to be Baylor of Baylor.
Yeah.
He wanted to be Baylor of himself.
I think he was just more of a property guys type of fan instead of Chip and
Chip and Joe.
All right, Big 12 Pro Day presented by Air Force Reserve continuing as we watch John Rice Plumlee work through an extra throwing session here. Got permission from the Big 12 to kind of have this bonus workout, which again is something we see more often in a normal kind of individual school pro day. I mean, we've showed you on NFL Plus, Caleb Williams' pro day, Jaden Daniels' pro day down at LSU. This is kind of what you normally see. This is more like it, although he didn't have as many receivers running routes for him. But he's putting in 50-plus throws in addition to what he already did here, CD, with the wide receivers and the tight ends.
Like the fact, listen,
Go show it.
Competitors have no problem doing it. And let's be honest about it, DJ. This has its roots in, you didn't invite me to the combine?
Yeah.
And all the
extra
right?
couple of throws ready for you.
I've got this, and this is what you could have seen at the combine. And here's his opportunity to show his wares.
I think he's thrown it better in this portion than we saw in the portion with everybody else.
How much of that goes back to what Rhett was talking about, familiarity with receivers, understanding timing better?
Yeah, well, you get to throw to Baker every time out there on the
It's not
outside.
bad.
That doesn't hurt.
But comfortability with the script.
Right.
Too.
And it's guys you've worked with, so you anticipate their moves much easier and better.
That's Trey Lance out there holding the script in his hand
nice
and
pass
simulating
rush.
the rush.
Nice pass rush
I
from
don't know
Trey
if it's
Lance.
Michael Parsons, his teammate with the Cowboys, but Jane Slater was doing some good research for us down in the field. Said that Plumlee calls Lance, he's my guy. They've been working out a lot together here in the DFW area this offseason. So there's a connection there with their quarterback coach, Jeff Christensen, as well. There's Trey.
Cowboy fans don't mind him doing a little pass rush here. What they really want to know is how's it coming along in development at the quarterback position.
It was kind of a flyer, right? The Cowboys ended up taking on him.
Hard to believe, right?
Executing that trade.
Number 3 overall pick that you got a chance to get for yourself and develop and see if you got something there.
I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a catch by Baker, but he looks like he's starting to get gassed a little bit here.
Yeah. Might
be close to the, I love you.
Did you solid here, brother. Did you solid.
We're good, right?
Yeah, where's Forte and Gamage? Let's get them going here.
Yeah, they wore the uniform.
That's right. Well, night teammates got the opportunity to work out here today as well. All right, we'll move this thing down to the red zone inside the 10, get some of these end zone routes.
So with these tight ends, what are we going to get, DJ? Some of those stick nods. We're going to get, if Baker does it out there, do we get a little bang 8, throw it inside?
You know what we're going to get? We're going to get whatever Trey Lance wants to give us. That's what we're going to get.
What, you mean whatever's on that script? That's what they're calling?
Little drive route here.
Yeah. Mentioned Jane earlier, gave us a great little nugget about one of the epic collegiate days, right? And really any collegiate athletic career, but it happened for John Rice Plumlee this past spring before his final fall. Played baseball at UCF, as we kind of been talking about here, and played in a actual collegiate baseball game. Hit 2 ribbies, by the way. Batted in 2 runs, and then same day had to leave the baseball game early to go catch the UCF spring football game over at the bounce house where he threw 2 touchdowns. I mean, you want to talk about just a phenomenal core memory in your athletic career. That's up there, man.
I love the coordination, DJ.
Yeah.
I mean, they were ready to go for that one. That was planned out, scripted well for them, understood what was going on. Got the guy in the golf cart.
Oh, man, he's ready.
Waiting for him, ready to go.
Uni was ready. Let's get this thing going.
And, normally a golf cart has what they call a governor on it.
That's
so it
right.
only goes so fast.
That
bad boy was off for that one. They just let that wide open, get him over there, get the uniform on.
Yeah.
Pretty neat deal for him.
And a nice connection we just saw there from Plumlee to Baker in the end zone. Going to get Raymond out on the, kind of push him out to the edge here.
Tell you what, when I was a kid, I don't want to say it's the same, but I did go bowling and play some mini golf in the same day.
How'd you do?
Yeah, well.
How'd you do? Did we get a 600 series in bowling, or what did we get here?
Look, let's just say that the clown is the only one that knows how I did on the mini golf.
Was it one of those evil clowns?
I saw one of those putt-putts around here a little while. You could take BYU cornerback Eddie Heckard, who loves to bowl, so you could get a little bowling going. We'll see Eddie tomorrow, by the way, the BYU corner.
Are you calling Eddie out?
I'm
want
calling,
a piece of
more
it?
so I'm calling DJ out for Eddie. Yeah, that's more my speed.
For that, heck, we can go get that done. There are places around here.
Oh, better believe it. Bowling, golf, same day.
Can we get the guy with the golf cart? Wait for us to take us between them.
That's actually a pretty good idea. Little end zone corner
there
out
you
for
go.
Fairchild.
Nice job.
Get those 2 feet down. Love it.
Nice job. Good throw. Good catch. Because that's the kind of throw, DJ, that's away from the defender, right?
Yeah.
Allows the receiver to get his body in front, keep him away.
Oh, this is my route here that Raymond's running, that in-line, in-route. Get to the back of the end zone, go up and make a catch.
Go up and catch at the goalpost?
Yeah, come on. Just had a terrific career at UCF. First year there, ends up throwing his first career 300-yard passing game week 1. And then ends up, making a huge impact in the run game as well. Get to conference championship game. Ended up being a transfer portal, worked out well for John Rice Plumlee.
I know he came from UCF at the end, but the Ole Miss connection, Matt Corral.
Yeah.
Similar skill set, I would say, in terms of what they presented, because Matt Corral was able to move it with his feet as well along the ground. I remember running my Tennessee Volunteers in a submission on a night in Knoxville.
Right. That's right.
And threw for 300 that night.
That's right. Just don't know if he can hit the curve.
Yeah. Very few people really can. I mean, I remember a Major League Baseball player telling me, DJ, one time, he said, no one really hits the good curveball.
Look at this on Plumlee, though.
You hit the bad curveball.
Bottom of your screen as we watch that. Oh, Baker went up with one. I mean, averaged over 113 yards per game on the ground for Ole Miss. I mean, that is an athlete. There he gets a big hug as he wraps things up for Trey Lance and his tight ends and receiver out there working it for him. Way to work there. John Rice Plumlee getting some extra work in. It's time to score. We're going into the red zone fade drill here. Quarterbacks will throw from, I'll take the snap from the 5, throw from about the 10. Going to get a little sugar at the top off that release from the wideouts, then go get that ball in the corner. Nice one there from Pizarro. Showed some nice hands today.
Strong hands. Porter, this is Rhett's favorite player in the draft.
Come on.
Porter.
Get two
yeah.
down. At a baby
Little tippy
Seth.
tap.
Nice.
Be careful down there, guys. We've got our camera right down there. Some body control.
Harlan Bruce. Here's a big frame. This is built for Leon Johnson at 6'5".
Yeah, and he has a bunch of contested catches.
Yeah. Can't get it high enough here for Leon.
Yeah, he had 9. That's the most amongst the guys working out here today. 9 contested catches. Another big body in Warren Thompson, who's had a nice grab earlier today.
Working good release.
Yeah, he missed the final quarter of the season with an injury, but is rehabbed and using this time wisely here in the spring in this run up to the draft.
Good adjustment, body control there, getting around. That was Jalen Robinson from TCU.
My man Emery's got to put a little air into this thing. Let
Yeah,
these guys go up and get it.
This up.
Throwing some flat ones out there now.
Xavier
Just
White's
to
an
snap
interesting one, you know, guys, as we just saw him go up and make that catch. You know, played some running back early in his career.
You can see it, can't you? Look at that body type.
There's Forte going up and making one. This should be a good drill here for Gamage. Bigger frame. There you go.
There you go. Way to go get it.
Out Baker again here.
Baker started at Alabama, played
This is
2
his
years
teammate.
there. Oh,
His teammates got to do him a solid there. Plumlee's got to give him a little better shot.
22 yards a catch this year for Baker.
The best part about Baker is you talked about the yards per catch.
Yeah.
Well, I was just looking up some of the metrics on him. 17.9 average depth of target.
They're sending him. Send it for Baker. Love it.
So one thing you know, he's in shape.
Yes.
Because he's running some routes.
Good drill right there for the quarterbacks and wideouts. All right, tight ends out on the field, working the wheel route for the big fellas here, going for an explosive play, and Isaac Rex unable to get that first one from John Rice Plumlee, but you're going to see some of these guys that have that athleticism going to show on a route like this, Deej.
Yeah, you can see the guys have another gear. You know, we talk about in scouting, are you one speed or can you find another gear when the ball's up in the air? That is a flat, firm throw there. I want to see a little more loft from Plumlee on that one, CD.
What a great example of what you're looking for be Sam Laporta, coming out of Iowa last year, who could give you different gears.
No question.
Good route.
Tell you what, just in terms of, you know, technique, Fairchild's got some good kind of savvy head movement a little bit. Just couldn't quite finish that one, but.
Yeah, what are you looking for? Like, Rhett, you played receiver in college. DJ, of course, you played quarterback. We look for when you're watching these tight ends run their routes.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think you want to look at some of that craft, right? Because, you know, these guys, a lot of times, you want to use that size, want to use that physicality to generate some of that separation. But those guys that can get some, you know, with the speed and with the athleticism. There you go. Get out there and get it. Josiah Johnson finished his career at Oklahoma State. But, yeah, you know, big enough to generate separation with physicality, fast enough to do it with the speed, you know.
And you look for that little extra savvy as you're talking about how you're running routes.
Yeah.
Curtis Raymond III is drawing a little interest from me. He ran fast. He's had a good field workout so far from what we've seen. Again, doesn't have production, so you're just basing it off of a workout. But how many times have you seen people off of a workout get an opportunity?
But as a scout, you would go back and find out why the lack of production as well. There may be reasons for that. Emphasize someone else in the offense, didn't throw it, et cetera, et cetera.
And that's kind of the case for Raymond, right?
Oh, wow, we got a guy pull. That's too bad.
What that looked like. But, you know, Raymond had to deal with Jared Wiley, right? Who was, you know,
he's going to get the ball thrown to him.
Yeah, 8 receiving touchdowns this year. Was, you know, first-team all-conference player. Was invited to the combine. Not working out here today, but put up some good numbers there in Indy. And so, yeah, he had to fight that competition as Bean lets one rip here to Massey from West Virginia. Good connection.